Hey, everybody, and welcome to Your Music Sucks. I'm John Mayer. That's Ozzy Osbourne. And we're here to talk about shit. No, I'm Brian Beaudoin. That is my good buddy, Craig Gass. How you doing, Craig?
I'm doing all right. You are pissed off, and I guess we're going to get into it after we talk about the songs, but you are not happy, and I do not blame you. It's funny. I was waiting to coordinate with you to tape this, and I just happened to look at your Twitter page, and I was like, oh, shit. So you got something to say, and we're going to get into it in a minute. But
yeah,
this is Your Music Sucks. It's me and Brian are best friends. We love each other. We love hanging out with each other. We're both stand-up comedians who tour around the country and around the world. And the only thing we don't see eye to eye on is music. So Brian's into jam bands. I'm into heavy shit. And when we're in a car, we're usually just listening to talk radio. We don't even get there.
Yeah, it's like sports talk or Queen or
Prince.
Yeah,
There's some middle ground.
There's some middle ground, like those gray areas.
So once a week, we send each other one of our favorite songs, and the other person critiques it. This week, I sent Brian an Ozzy Osbourne classic, a heavy metal classic. I have to believe that you know this song just from going to sporting events.
I do, yeah. Oh, yeah. Crazy Train. Yeah, I know this song from sporting events. And I got to say, after the day I had, this song fucking amped me the fuck up. I needed this song when it came in. And I was ready to fucking kill somebody. And then I started hearing the lyrics about people, crazy. That's how it goes. Millions of people living exposed. It's not too late to learn how to love and forget how to hate. And at that point, I'm like, what the fuck, Ozzy? I don't want to kill anybody anymore. I want to hug a motherfucker. Yeah. But I don't know if that's what Ozzy was going for with this.
Wow, you know what? You know what's so funny? I got to interrupt you for 1 second. There's a buddy of mine who was a guitar tech for Ozzy Osbourne for like a year or two. He's worked with a bunch of other music artists for a long time. The Chili Peppers. Now he's out with Maroon 5. He was working with Ozzy when Ozzy had a guitar player named Joe Holmes on guitar for like a year. And Marilyn Manson was part of that tour at one point, and that guitarist, Joe Holmes, told my buddy Dave, I don't like Marilyn Manson, man. I just don't like that dark shit. It just bothers me. And my friend Dave said, but your boss is the Prince of Darkness. And he goes, that's an image. He goes, if you listen to the lyrics, he actually says a lot of upbeat shit. If you listen to the lyrics of Crazy Train. And I was like, wow, that is mind-blowing. That is mind-blowing.
It really is, man. Mental wounds, still screaming. It's driving me insane. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. That shit speaks to me. Yeah. I fucking love it.
Man, yeah, we're going to have a discussion here in a minute. So I have a question. Did you know this whole song? Were you familiar with the whole song? Or are you only familiar with the opening of the song that gets played at sporting events?
No, I'm familiar with the whole song. I mean, I can't say I've listened to the whole song numerous times, front to back. But I like this song. I'm going to give it a 4. I'm going to give it a 4 on the 5 scale. 4 out of 5. Fuck yeah. And the only reason why it's not a 5 is because they play it at every goddamn sporting event I go to. You can't go see anybody play anything without hearing Crazy Train. So with the exception of that, if I didn't hear it every time somebody needed to get amped up for something, solid 5. That and the Patriots really ruined the song for me, if anything. It was the New England Patriots and Tom Brady. We can blame Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Because this is the Patriots anthem.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's surprising to me. You gave it a 4 out of 5. I'm happy to hear that. You sent me a John Mayer song that's called Last Train Home. And
yes, I did.
I didn't know if there was a reason why you sent me this song or not. I think we're about to find out in a minute. But I'm listening to this song, and I was tripping out on the specific type of sound that it is. I listened to it, and then I watched the video that you sent attached to the song. And the song has a real 80s sound that's so, like, it sounds like it could dovetail right to In Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel.
Yeah.
Anything by Genesis, anything 80s. And then I'm watching the video, and the video is shot like an 80s video. The drummer has those electronic drums that, like, Simple Minds played with. John Mayer is standing at one point in the middle of an open train station, and I'm actually trying to research this before we got on this line. I wondered if that was the same place that Simple Minds did their classic video for Don't Forget About Me. And the whole video is just shot like a classic 80s. I did find out that in this video, he uses the drummer of Toto, and he has the bass player who used to play with a bunch of 80s artists. Well, I mean, they're kind of evergreen artists like Eric Clapton and Stevie Wonder. And I really liked the song. I was really tripping out on the sound of it. And the lyrics are just kind of, I don't know, they didn't really speak to me. Although I will say the opening line, I thought he said, "If you want to raw me," I was like, raw?
Yeah,
and then,
you want a raw dog, John Mayer?
I know a lot of women want a raw dog, John Mayer, but the lyrics are just, they're cool, man. I mean, it just ends up in the refrain of, I'm on the last train running. I'm on the last train running. And he has Maren Morris in the video singing back up, and which made me realize this is actually a recent song. And it was cool, man. I would give this song a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed this, especially.
Wow.
Especially after that video you sent me, the John Mayer concert a week or two ago, where it was a live concert shot, and they showed a quick shot of the audience, and I saw 2 dudes out of thousands of women. And I was like, oh my God, John Mayer shows are where it's at. So why did you send me a John Mayer song, Brian?
Well, because today I wanted to be one of those 2 fucking dudes at a John Mayer show. I was going to go see John Mayer tonight. I was going to go see that motherfucker. And I went online to buy tickets at Ticketmaster. All right. Oh, by the way, before we get into Ticketmaster, if you like this song, over COVID, John Mayer made a whole album called Sob Rock. And the whole album is that 90s themed, late 80s. Like, if you like this song, you will love the whole album sounds like this. And it's great, and it's corny, and it's cheesy, and it's fun, and I love it, and I wanted to go see it tonight. Specifically this song. Like, he opens up the show with this fucking song, and I'm getting ready to see it in all of its glory. And then I go buy tickets on Ticketmaster, and Ticketmaster said, error code U533. Now, I don't know what the fuck that means. Do you know what error code U533 is, Craig?
I used to work for Ticketmaster, but I'm not familiar with the code.
I don't know the fucking code either. But I went to the fucking help section, because you need help with these fucking people. So I go to the help section, and I say, let me get the help from Ticketmaster. And Ticketmaster said, clear your history, sign out your shit, and do it all that, and you should be good. And I did all that. And I wasn't fucking good, Craig. I wasn't good at all. I still couldn't get the tickets. This was yesterday. And I tried 25 times to get the goddamn tickets yesterday. And Ticketmaster kept saying, nope, error code, bitch. Error code. Fuck you, error code. You are not going to go see John Mayer. You are not going to swim in the sea of pussy tomorrow night, Brian. And I said, fuck. So I called them my credit cards. I'm like, hey, did you guys flag this shit for, what do you call it? Suspicious activity? And both credit cards that I tried said, no. And I said, what the fuck is this? So I called up Ticketmaster after a fucking day and a half of trying. You know, the Ticketmaster doesn't have a phone number, Craig? Do you know that? You know how hard it is to find the Ticketmaster phone number?
Oh, I hate it when companies do that, man. Oh, that is so
it is. This company is an abortion to fucking deal with. I fucking finally find a number. I get through to a lady, and she goes, oh, I can get the tickets for you. And I said, yeah, but what's up with this error code? And she tries to do the tickets, and guess what she got, Craig? Guess what she fucking got? That bitch got the fucking error code. She got the error code.
The employee got the error code?
The employee got the fucking error code.
Wow.
And I said, what's up with this error code? And she goes, I don't know what's up with this error code. And the whole time she's like cracking jokes. She's like, you don't sound like you're from Rhode Island. And I go, yeah, because I'm fucking irritated right now. When I'm irritated, my Rhode Island accent goes away. Wow. Yeah. I'm so mad. It's so infuriating because you can only get the tickets on Ticketmaster, right? Like, that's the thing. And then Ticketmaster gives you this fucking hoopla to jump through, and you jump through it, and it doesn't fucking work. And then you try to go to the next level, and you can't fucking do that. So the lady that I was on the phone with says, let me put you on a hold. I'm going to send you to the advanced team. or whatever it is, the escalation team, whatever the fuck she gave it a dumb name. And I said, all right. And she goes, I'm just going to put you on a brief hold. You know how long that fucking brief hold was, Craig?
Oh my God, that is what that hold. Okay, so Brian tweeted out a screenshot of his phone on his Twitter page. What's your Twitter handle?
It's at Beaudoin Brian.
At Beaudoin Brian, BeauDoin Brian. And he tweeted out a screenshot. The screenshot is him on hold over 4 hours. Over 4 hours. And that was talking to somebody, and she said, hold on, I'm going to get a hold of somebody.
She goes, hold on, I'm going to get somebody, right? So I just put it on hold, right? And after like 45 minutes, I'm like, I can't believe I'm still on hold, right? And then like an hour hits, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm still on hold. 2 hours hit, and I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm invested. I'm just going to stay here and see how long it takes.
Of course.
And I just kept my phone in my pocket, charging on my portable fuck battery for 5 hours. The only reason why I hung up with them was to do this fucking show. Was do this fucking Your Music Sucks. You know, and Ticketmaster sucks. Your Music and Ticketmaster fucking suck. And Ticketmaster can go fuck itself. They really can. They are the worst company to deal with. The worst.
I started like one of the last jobs I had was working for Ticketmaster, and I was in there. I was a phone operator for Ticketmaster, and back then they were terrible because of their charges that they would put on the tickets, and we were given a script on how to answer certain questions. And the number one question, of course, is why does Ticketmaster add all these charges? And we were taught to say that it's it covers the cost of business of doing of printing these tickets, mailing them out. But we also knew as employees that those charges were completely arbitrary. There were tickets we would sell tickets to the circus, and the service charge, the ticket charge would be $1.25 per ticket. And then we'd sell tickets for a concert like the band, the Eagles, where the service charge would be $10 per ticket. It made no sense. If this is the cost of doing business of printing up these tickets, then why is it $1 for this show and $10 for this show? And
I got something even better with that, with the fucking, while we're on this fucking ticket fucking service fee fuck.
No.
So as I was going through this process, I would click different tickets around the arena to see, like, maybe it's just those tickets that were fucking up, right? Mm-hmm. And the service charge would change. And not only would the service charge change based on where I was, the service charge would change on the exact same fucking tickets that I would get. So I would click on the tickets, and it would be like, all right, your total is $305. Then I click on it again and say your total is $312. And then I click on it again and be like, your total is $302. It's like, what the fuck keeps changing? It changed like 4 or 5 times today when I was trying to get the tickets, those fucking charges.
That could be that. Was that a resale ticket, or was that like a ticket for?
It was both. It was both. I've done it with resale and fucking and fuck the resale tickets. Hey, Ticketmaster, go fuck off with that shit.
Dude, the resale ticket is crazy. So Ticketmaster has made it safer to be able to previously purchased tickets from somebody. Essentially, anybody can just scalp a ticket if they want to. But what Ticketmaster does is then they charge a percentage of what you're going to pay off the top. If you're paying $300 for a ticket, they will charge you something like $50 or $60 in fees. It's a percentage of what that ticket is that you're buying. Then the person that's selling you the ticket, they'll take another cut off of them as well. So they'll make like almost 50% of the entire sale. They will charge additionally to put in their pocket. So, and that's when you start getting into, like, I remember trying to go to the Phoenix Suns playoffs last year. I couldn't get a hookup for a ticket. I went to go buy a ticket on Ticketmaster. It was a resale ticket. And this person, the cheapest ticket I could find was like $750. And then they were going to charge me an additional $300 in service fees on top of it. It was like, for what? What is the service that, I mean, yeah, Ticketmaster has just gone completely out of control. They were already gouging before this current system they have, but they just keep moving forward, and nobody seems to be pushing back hard enough to stop them. It's crazy.
Yeah. Have you heard what John Oliver did a piece on a great story on Ticketmaster?
Yeah,
during that story they had Justin Bieber he featured Justin Bieber during the story. Because what happens is artists like Justin Bieber will have like a whole section put aside.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And so what John Oliver did, he was looking at the different tickets. And they go, wait a minute. So these tickets are up for sale, but these are also the same exact tickets that are in Justin Bieber's fucking section.
Right.
So Justin Bieber is he's reselling his own tickets.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. His management company's doing it. It's insidious, man. I've noticed sometimes I'll work with, I mean, this is kind of crazy, but I'll work with a comedy club and we'll put together a deal and they'll say, like, we'll go back and forth on the deal. And I'll say, nah, man, I want to do it. I want to get this much from the club. And when they agree to it, I'll notice sometimes I'll go back and I'll be like, all right, I just want to make sure that everything they're doing is on board, is above board. And I'll check to make sure the ticket prices are right. And I'll notice that the comedy club will charge more on the service fee for my show that week than they did the week before or the week after. Mm-hmm. And they're getting that service fee. And it's like, oh, that's how they're making up for it. That's why they agreed to the deal, is because, oh my God, I mean, it's fucking crazy. But Ticketmaster is just right in your face. There's promoters, comedy clubs will be a little discreet about it and how they're putting extra money in their pocket. Ticketmaster is straight up front, and they're just really, really egregious about it. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And they got you by the balls. Because you can't go anywhere. You can't, It's like you can get it off the other fucking site, whatever it is, Ace Tickets or like whatever ticket companies in whatever area you live in. Yeah. But it's like, what the fuck? And there's another thing they fucking do. So when Fish goes on sale, it sells out in a matter of minutes, right? You got to be quick on Fish. And you'll click on tickets. You'll go to buy the tickets. You'll put in all your information to get the tickets. And then when it comes time for you to actually get the tickets, it'll say, hey, sorry, somebody beat you to those seats. And then you have to do the whole thing over again. Yep. It is awful. I absolutely hate Ticketmaster more than anything.
I have a name for you if you want to direct your hate at somebody, because a lot of people in the industry, in the touring industry, have told me the same thing, that
I'm ready.
This all changed for the worse when a band manager who manages some of the biggest artists in the world took over Ticketmaster. His name is Irving Azoff. And apparently after Irving Azoff took over is when everything got significantly worse. It's what I'm hearing from a lot of people in the touring industry. So Irving Azoff
so bad
is where you should direct all your hatred to. And it's such a racket. Seeing that Pearl Jam fought them and still had to buckle. Like Pearl Jam famously fought them 20-something years and booked a tour. I think they testified in front of Congress, I think, about how egregious Ticketmaster was with their service charges. And Pearl Jam did an entire tour without Ticketmaster. And then they found that it was such a pain in the ass to try to go on the road without Ticketmaster. They just buckled. Now they just work with Ticketmaster. So yeah, it's a mess, man. I'm sorry you had to go through that shit, but man, that picture that you sent, that you tweeted out, being on hold with Ticketmaster for 4 hours, I can't believe it. And they didn't even have like a robo tweet responding saying, hey.
No, there was no robo tweet. This morning I even messaged I did, and this is what I do, and this is why when I say that Ticketmaster sucks a bag of dicks, I'm completely right. I went through all the hula hoops they want you to do. I did everything that they wanted. Everything that they wanted. Have you ever tried to go through customer service the help section on fucking Ticketmaster? It says, here are some commonly asked questions. And it's like, is this anything that has to do with you? And it's like, no, it's not. And then you click a whole nother row of things, and then you find something, and then you do the thing that it tells you to do. And it says, did it not help you? Well, go to the help section. You click the fucking thing, and it takes you to the same fucking thing that you were just at.
Wow.
It is a circle of shit. And wow. Ticketmaster can go fuck itself from here to kingdom come.
Wow.
The kingdom come, Craig. The whole kingdom.
Brian is not the guy to be fucked with. Brian had an issue a few years ago at Subway sandwich shops, at a specific Subway sandwich shop in Coventry. Is that where it was?
Yeah. Sandy Bottom Road in Coventry. Those pieces of shit.
And Brian ended up doing a comedy piece about it on stage that turned into an extended comedy piece that I think turned into bumper stickers. Didn't you have bumper stickers about Subway?
I had bumper stickers made up, and man, when I was in Connecticut, they sold like hotcakes because that's where the Subway corporate office is.
No
so
shit.
Everybody would buy them in Connecticut. Yeah.
What's the short story on Subway? How did they fuck you?
They wouldn't give my son honey oat bread with his kids' meal. And I went through the circus of trying to figure out why. And it comes out that the reason why they don't have honey oat bread with a kid's meal is because it has 12 more calories than the wheat bread, which is a dumb fucking reason. So instead of, like, if they just sent me a coupon, I would have been cool with it, but they were just fighting this thing tooth and nail. And I felt like I had to go fight back. It got international. The Subway in UK would retweet all my shit. It was really funny.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, because I live in Coventry, Rhode Island, and there's a Coventry, England. So every time I tweeted about Subway in Coventry, Rhode Island, the Coventry, England would retweet it.
That's amazing. Well, Brian, where do people find you on the road?
Yeah, well, you can find me not at the John Mayer show, but at IllinoisCockburn.com. I missed out on John Mayer because of Ticketmaster. The people that sold the tickets fucked me on being able to go see a show.
IllinoisCockburn.com, exactly as it sounds. And you can find me on tour. All my tour dates are at getgas.com, getgas with 2 S's. A lot of tour dates coming out for this year. Brian's going to be joining me on Thursday. Brian and I are going to start figuring out some dates when the NFL schedule is released. Make sure to like and subscribe and follow us, and we will see you next time. Brian, Ticketmaster sucks.
Ticketmaster sucks, man. I hope they get hit by a fucking crazy train.